My name is Ethan Cole, and yeah, I used to think I understood love. Ryan laughed the first time I said that. Used to, he asked. What happened, man? You finally wake up? Relax, I said, smiling. I'm just saying, when you have someone like Lily, things make sense. Or you just stop asking questions, he replied. I ignored that, because to me, Lily wasn't just my girlfriend. She was my routine, my comfort, my future. 3 years together doesn't feel like time. It feels like identity. Ethan, are you even listening? Lily's voice snapped me out of my thoughts. Yeah, of course, I said quickly. You said dinner at 7, right? She sighed. No, I said 8. You never listen. I do, I said softly. I just got mixed up. It's always something with you, she muttered. I smiled anyway. I'll make it right. Ryan looked at me later that day and shook his head. You apologized? For what exactly? I got the time wrong, I said. No, he said. You apologized because she sounded annoyed. That's how relationships work, I replied. You fix things, or, he leaned closer, you stop acting like everything is your fault. I laughed. You don't get it. She's just stressed. Ethan, he said, serious now, you're losing yourself. I waved him off. I'm in love, not lost. At the time, that sounded like the same thing. Later that night, I called Lily. Hey, I said. You reached home? Yeah, she replied, distracted. You okay? I asked. Why wouldn't I be? I don't know, you just sound tired. I am tired, Ethan. I had a long day. Not everything is about you. I paused. I didn't mean it like that. Then how did you mean it? I was just checking on you. Look, I don't have the energy for this, she said. I'll talk to you later. Wait, I said quickly. Did I do something wrong? There was silence, then a sigh. This is what I mean, she said. You always overthink. I just don't want to upset you. Well, you are. I'm sorry, I said without thinking. Another pause. Good night, she said and hung up. I stared at my phone for a long time. Ryan's words echoed in my head, but I pushed them away. The next day, I canceled plans with him. He said over the phone. That's the 3rd time this week. Lily needs me, I said. And I don't? He shot like that. It feels like that. I hesitated. I'll make it up to you. That's what you always say. I mean it this time. He exhaled slowly. You always do. When I met Lily later, she barely looked at me. Hey, I said, trying to sound cheerful. She took it without smiling, thanks. We sat down. So, I started, how was your day? Fine, that's good. Silence, I tried again. Anything interesting happen? No, I forced a small laugh. You're not very talkative today. Maybe I don't feel like talking, she said sharply. I nodded. Okay. More silence. Then she checked her phone. Who are you texting? I asked. She looked up instantly. Why? Just asking. You don't trust me? That's not what I said. It sounds like it. I'm sorry, I said again. She leaned back. You always say that, because I don't want to fight. Then stop creating problems. I swallowed the words in my throat. Okay, I said quietly. On the way home, I kept thinking about everything, every small moment, every tone in her voice, but instead of questioning her, I questioned myself. Maybe I was too sensitive, maybe I was the problem, maybe love meant being patient, maybe love meant understanding, even when you didn't understand. Ryan called again. Let me guess, he said. You said sorry. Again, I didn't answer. Ethan, he continued. This isn't normal. It's just a rough phase, I said. For 3 months? She'll be okay. What about you? I'm fine. You don't sound fine. I am, I insisted. He went quiet for a second. Then he said, one day, you're going to realize what you've been ignoring. Maybe, I said. But not today. Yeah, he replied. Not today. That night, I lay in bed staring at the ceiling. I replayed her words, her tone. Her distance, something felt off, something felt different, but I pushed it down because I believed love meant staying even when it started hurting. Are you coming tonight? I asked, holding my phone closer to my ear. I told you, I'm busy, Lily said. You said maybe. And now it's no, she replied. Flat. I paused. Okay, did something happen? Why does something always have to happen? She snapped. I was just asking. You're always asking. I swallowed. I just wanted to see you. I said I'm busy, Ethan. All right, I said quietly. We can meet tomorrow. Maybe, she replied. The call ended before I could say anything else. I stared at the screen for a few seconds. Something felt off again. It wasn't just her tone. It was how quickly she wanted out of the conversation. The next day, I saw her at campus. Hey, I said, walking up with a small smile. She looked up briefly. Hey, I waited for you yesterday, I said. I thought maybe you'd come. I told you I was busy. Yeah, I know. I just thought, why do you always overthink? She interrupted. I'm not overthinking. I just missed you, she sighed. Ethan, I don't have time for this. For what? This constant need for attention. That stung. I'm not asking for attention, I said. I'm just trying to be close to you. She didn't respond. Instead, her phone buzzed. She picked it up instantly, typing quickly. "Who's that?" I asked without thinking. Her eyes snapped to mine. "Why, I was just asking." "You always just ask," she said, her voice sharper now. "I didn't mean anything by it. You don't trust me, that's not it." "Then what is it?" "I don't know," I admitted. "You've just been distant." She laughed lightly, but there was no warmth in it. "So now I'm the problem." "I didn't say that." "You're implying to understand." "Well, stop," she said. "It's annoying." I went quiet. "Look," she added, softer but still cold, "not everything is about you." "I know," I said. "I just thought we could talk." "We are talking." "This doesn't feel like talking." "Then what do you want from me?" I hesitated. "Just us, like before." She shook her head slightly. "You're being insecure, Ethan." That word hit harder than I expected. "I'm not insecure," I said, though it didn't sound convincing. "Then why do you question everything I do?" "I don't question everything. You literally just asked who I was texting. I was just curious." "Exactly," she said. "Insecure." I looked down for a second. "I'm sorry." She didn't respond. She just went back to her phone. Later that day, I saw Emma standing near the hallway. "Hey," I said. "Have you seen Lily?" Emma looked at me, then quickly looked away. Yeah. She was here earlier." "Is she okay?" I asked. Emma hesitated. "Yeah, I think so. You think so?" "She's just busy," Emma said, avoiding eye contact. That felt strange. Emma used to talk normally with me. Now she looked like she didn't want to be part of the conversation at all. "Did she say anything about me?" I asked. Emma shook her head quickly. "No, I have to go." She walked away before I could say anything else. I stood there confused. That night, Ryan called me. "So," he asked, "how'd it go today?" "Fine." "Don't lie," I sighed. "She's just stressed." Still using that excuse. "It's not an excuse. It is when you repeat it every day," he replied. "She said, I'm being insecure. And you believed her? I mean, maybe I am." "Ethan," he said firmly, "this isn't about insecurity." "Then what is it?" "You're not her boyfriend anymore." I frowned. "What?" "You're just convenient." I didn't respond. "She talks to you when she feels like it, ignores you when she doesn't. And you're still there, waiting." "That's not true," I said, but my voice felt weak. "Isn't it? She's just going through something. And you're going through nothing? I can handle it." "That's the problem," Ryan said. "You keep handling things that shouldn't be yours to handle." I leaned back against the wall. "I love her, I know," he said. "But love isn't supposed to feel like this." I stayed silent. "Think about it," he added. "When was the last time she actually chose you?" I opened my mouth to answer, but nothing came out. "That's what I thought," Ryan said quietly. After the call ended, I sat there replaying everything, her tone, her words, Emma avoiding me, the way Lily guarded her phone, and Ryan's voice echoed in my head. "You're just convenient." I shook my head, trying to push the thought away. "No," I muttered to myself. "That's not true." But for the first time, Abby wasn't fully convinced. "Where are you?" I texted, no reply. I stared at my phone, then at the cafe across the street. I wasn't even planning to come here. I just ended up here, and then I saw her, Lily, sitting by the window lawing, not the polite laugh she gave me lately, not the tired, forced smiles. This was different, free, light, real. For a second, I just stood there. "Say something," I whispered to myself, but my feet were already moving. I walked inside slowly, my heartbeat getting louder with every step. She didn't notice me at first. She was too busy looking at him. Jason. I didn't know his name yet, but I could tell everything from the way he leaned back in his chair. Confident, relaxed, like he belonged there, like she belonged with him. I stopped right next to their table. "Lily." Her smile disappeared instantly, silence. She looked at me like she got caught doing something she didn't expect to explain. "Ethan," she said. The guy looked at me, then at her, then back at me, and then he smirked. "You must be Ethan." Something about the way he said my name made my chest tighten. "Who's this?" I asked. Even though I already knew, Lily exhaled slowly. "I was going to tell you when," I asked. "After this, or after the next time?" "Don't do this here," she said quietly. "Do what?" I replied. "Ask a question." Jason leaned forward slightly. "Hey man, relax. No need to make a scene." I looked at him. "I wasn't talking to you." He raised his hands like it was amusing. "All right." I turned back to Lily. "How long?" She didn't answer. "How long?" I repeated. "It's not what you think," she said. I let out a short, empty laugh. That's usually a bad sign. "Ethan, just calm down." "Calm down?" I said. "You're sitting here with another guy, and I'm supposed to stay calm." People around us started looking. I could feel it, their eyes, their curiosity. My voice dropped. "Just tell me the truth." Lily looked away for a second, then back at me. "It's been a few weeks." "A few weeks," I nodded slowly. While you were telling me you were busy, I asked. She didn't respond. That's why you couldn't meet me, I continued. That's why you stopped calling, Ethan. No, just answer me. Yes, she said. The word hit harder than I expected. Jason leaned back again, watching like it was entertainment. I felt my hands shaking. So what am I? I asked. Just someone you keep around? It's not like that. Then what is it like? She hesitated. Things changed. When? I don't know. It just happened. With him? I asked. She didn't deny it. Jason smiled slightly. Look, man, these things happen. I looked at him again. You think this is funny? I think you're overreacting. I stepped closer to the table. You don't get to tell me how to react. Ethan, Lily said sharply. Stop. Stop what? I asked. Sis, being upset. You're embarrassing me, that word. Embarrassing. I looked around. People were watching now, whispering. And suddenly I felt it, not anger, not even sadness, just small. I'm embarrassing you, I repeated. Yes, she said. This isn't how you handle things. I stared at her, trying to understand what I was hearing. You cheated, I said quietly. And I'm the problem. I didn't cheat, she replied quickly. We were already drifting, so that makes it okay? I didn't say that. Then what are you saying? She crossed her arms. I'm saying you're making this worse. I felt my chest tighten again. Every breath felt heavier. I waited for you, I said. I trusted you. And I didn't ask you to, she replied. That broke something, not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly. Jason stood up slightly. All right, I think this is enough. I looked at him. Sit down. He raised an eyebrow. Excuse me, you heard me. Ethan, Lily said, warning in her voice. I ignored her. You don't get to step in like this. Jason laughed softly. You're not in control here. Man, maybe he was right, because in that moment AB didn't feel in control of anything. Not the situation, not my emotions, not even myself. I stepped back slowly. People were still watching. Lily looked relieved. Jason sat back down like nothing happened. And I just stood there for a second, trying to process everything. I was going to tell you, she repeated. I nodded. Yeah, I said quietly. I believe you, but I didn't anymore. Sit down, Lily said, her voice low but sharp. I think I've said enough, I replied. You haven't, she said. You just made a scene. A scene, I repeated. You're with another guy. And you walked in here acting like you own me, she snapped. I didn't act like that. You did, she insisted. Everyone is staring because of you. I glanced around. People were still watching. My chest tightened. Jason leaned back, pulling out his phone. This is getting interesting. Put that away, I said. He smiled. Why are you scared? I said. Put it away. Ethan, Lily cut in. Stop telling him what to do. I looked at her. You're okay with this. I'm okay with you fixing what you started. What did I start? I asked. You embarrassed me, she said. In public. I stared at her, trying to process that. You cheated, I said slowly. And I embarrassed you. Lower your voice, she said quickly. I'm not even shouting. You don't get it, she replied. People are watching me, judging me. And what about me? I asked. She didn't answer. Jason chuckled softly. Man, you really don't see it, do you? See what? I asked. You're the problem here, he said. I let out a short breath. Right. Lily leaned forward. If you really care about me, you'll fix this. She held my gaze. Apologize. I blinked. What to us? She said. For causing this scene. I thought I heard her wrong. You want me to apologize? To him? I asked. And to me, she added. Jason raised his phone slightly. This I gotta see. Don't, I said, looking at him. He ignored me and started recording. Lily, I said, my voice dropping. This isn't funny. I'm not joking, she replied. This is insane. No, she said calmly. What's insane is how you're acting right now. I walked in and saw you with someone else, and you handled it badly. How should I have handled it? I asked. Clapped for you? Don't twist this, she said. I'm not twisting anything. Then prove it, she said. Prove what? That you care about me. I felt something sink inside me. You're serious, I said. Yes, say it again, I whispered. If you really care about me, apologize. To both of us. Jason zoomed in slightly with his phone. This is gold, turn it off, I said again. No, Lily said. Leave it. I looked at her. Why? Because I want people to see you take responsibility. For what? I asked. For embarrassing me. I could hear whispers now. Is that her boyfriend? What's happening? Is he really going to do it? My hands felt cold. This isn't right, I said. Then walk away, Lily replied. I froze. What? If you don't want to do it, she said. Then leave. And that's it, I asked. She shrugged slightly. Maybe we're done then. The words hit instantly. Done, I repeated. You're the one making this difficult. I'm trying to understand. No, she said. You're trying to control the situation. Jason laughed under his breath. Man, just apologize and move on. I looked at him. Stay out of this. He lifted his shoulders. I'm just giving you advice, Ethan, Lily said, softer now. This doesn't have to be a big deal. It already is, I replied. only because you're making it one. I felt trapped. Every option felt wrong. Stay and lose myself. Leave and lose her. Why are you doing this? I asked quietly. Because I need to know, she said. If you actually care, I've spent 3 years proving that, then this should be easy. It wasn't. Nothing about this was easy. People are watching, I said. I know, she replied. And you're okay with that? Yes. Jason adjusted his phone. Anytime you're ready. Man. I closed my eyes for a second. Ryan's voice echoed in my head. You're losing yourself. I pushed it away, because in that moment, AB wasn't thinking about myself. Was thinking about her, about losing her, about everything we had. Say it, Lily said quietly. I opened my eyes, looked at her, then at him, then at the people watching. My throat felt tight. I'm sorry, I said her. Jason added. I swallowed. I'm sorry. For everything. Silence for half a second, then Jason laughed. Wow, he said. He actually did it. Lily let out a small, satisfied smile. See, she said. That wasn't so hard. I didn't respond. I couldn't. My ears were ringing. Jason stopped recording, still smiling. This is definitely going up. What? I asked, barely hearing my own voice. The video, he said. Relax, I'll tag you, I said. Why not? Because this isn't something you share. He looked at Lily. Should I? She hesitated for a second, then she shrugged. Do whatever you want. That was enough for him. Perfect, he said. Already typing, I felt something break inside me, not loudly, not all at once, but enough to feel it, enough to know something wasn't the same anymore. You got what you wanted, I said to Lily. She nodded. Yeah, good. I turned to leave. Ethan, she called. I stopped but didn't turn around. Don't make this a bigger deal than it is, she said. I let out a quiet breath. Too late for that. As I walked out of the cafe, I could still hear faint laughter behind me. But it sounded distant, muted, because something else was louder now, not anger, not pain, something colder, something quieter. For the first time, maybe didn't feel like explaining myself. I just felt done. My phone wouldn't stop vibrating, mesh after message, call after call. I stared at the screen, watching notifications stack up like something I couldn't control anymore. Ryan, pick up. Unknown number. Bro, is this you? Group chat. Nah, this is crazy. I didn't open nothing. I already knew. Still, my hand moved on its own. I tapped the video. There I was, standing in the cafe, small, quiet. I'm sorry for everything. Jason's laughter echoed through the speakers, Lily smiling. I paused it. My chest felt heavy. I locked my phone and threw it on the bed. Don't look at it, I muttered. Just don't. It rang again. Ryan, I ignored it. It rang again and again. Finally, I picked up. What? I said. What do you mean, what? Ryan snapped. I've been calling you for an hour. I'm fine. No, you're not. I saw it. Silence. You actually did it, he asked. I didn't answer. Ethan, tell me you didn't. I said I'm fine. Stop saying that, he said. You didn't just apologize to them. You gave them your dignity. The words hit, but I didn't react. What was I supposed to do? I asked quietly. Not that. It's already done. That doesn't make it okay. I know, I said. That surprised him. You know, he asked. Yeah. Another pause. Then why aren't you angry? He said. I don't know. You should be. I'm tired, I replied. Of what? Thinking. Explaining, trying. Ryan exhaled slowly. I'm coming over. You don't have to. I'm not asking. The call ended. I sat there, staring at the wall. My phone buzzed again. This time, I opened the messages. Bro, that's messed up. You really said sorry? Man, I would never recover from that. Another video notification, same clip, different angle, more comments. I locked the phone again. A knock on the door came 20 minutes later. I opened it. Ryan walked in, looking at me like he didn't recognize me. Say something, he said. What do you want me to say? I asked. Anything that makes sense. I don't have that right now. He ran a hand through his hair. Why would you do that? She asked me to. And that's enough? It used to be. He stared at me. Used to? I didn't respond. He sat down. Play it. What? The video, he said. Play it again. I've seen it. Play it. I hesitated, then picked up my phone. I pressed play. There I was again. I'm sorry. For everything, Jason. Laughing. Lily smiling. Ryan shook his head. Pause it. I did. Look at them, he said. I did. No, he said. Actually look. I forced myself to focus. Jason's face, that smirk, that confidence. Then Lily. Her expression not surprised, not uncomfortable, satisfied. That's what you apologized to, Ryan said. I didn't reply. Now watch it again, he said. I pressed play this time. I noticed more the way Jason lifted his phone before I spoke, like he knew what was coming. The way Lily didn't hesitate, like she expected it. I paused again. Something felt different. What do you see? Ryan asked. I took a breath. They planned it. He nodded slowly. Exactly. I leaned back. For the first time, I wasn't just seeing myself in that video. I was seeing them clearly. Say it, Ryan said. They didn't respect me. Louder. They didn't respect me. And you? He asked. I hesitated. I didn't respect myself, I said quietly. He didn't respond. He didn't need. Till later that evening, I got a call from work. I almost didn't answer, but I did. Ethan, a voice said. It's Daniel. Yeah, hey, I don't know how to say this. Then don't, I replied. I saw the video. Of course he did. Everyone did, I said. It's spreading, he added. I figured. There was a pause. Look, if you need time off, I'm coming in tomorrow, I said. You sure? Yes, all right, he said. Just ignore people if they talk. They will. Yeah, another pause. You okay? He asked. I thought about it. Then I said I will be. After the call, I sat there in silence. Ryan was still in the room. You said something different, he noted. What? You didn't say you're fine. I looked at the phone again, the video, still there, still the same, but it didn't feel the same anymore. I think I'm starting to understand, I said. Understand? What? Ryan asked. I pressed play one more time, watched it fully. Then I locked the screen. This wasn't my lowest moment, I said slowly. He frowned. What? It just looked like it. I stood up. For the first time that day, I felt something else, not shame, not anger, something quieter, something clearer. They thought they broke me, I said. Ryan watched me carefully. And? I looked at him. They showed me exactly who they are. A pause. And who I was, I added. Ryan nodded once. Good, he said. I looked at the door, at my phone, at everything that felt heavy just hours ago. It didn't disappear, but it changed, and so did I. Not completely, not instantly. But enough to know this wasn't the end of the story. It was the moment I finally saw it clearly. Ryan leaned against the locker and watched me tie my shoes. So this is your plan now, he asked. Lift weights and ignore the world. I'm not ignoring the world, I said. I'm just not chasing it. He smirked. That sounded deep. I mean it. For how long, he asked. As long as it takes. To what? To stop being that guy, I said. He nodded slowly. Good answer. I stood up and walked toward the weights. You still haven't texted her? Ryan called out. No, she texted you again? Yes. And I didn't reply. Ryan let out a quiet laugh. Look at you. Don't make it a big deal. It is a big deal, he said. A week ago, you would replied in seconds. A week ago, I was different. He didn't argue with that. Later that day at work, I kept my head down. Daniel walked up to me. Morning, I said. He hesitated. People are still talking. I know. You good? I'm working, I replied. He nodded. Fair enough. I stayed focused. Tasks, emails, deadlines, no distractions, no checking my phone every 5 minutes, no waiting for a message. Around lunch, my phone buzzed again. Lily. I didn't open it. Daniel noticed. You're not even curious? I know what it says. What does it say? Something that doesn't change anything. He looked at me for a second. You've changed. I had to. That evening I stopped by a small cafe near the gym, not the same one, a different place, quieter. I ordered coffee and sat near the window. For once my mind wasn't racing. It was still. Is this seat taken? I looked up. A girl stood there, calm, neutral expression. No, I said. Go ahead. She sat down, placing her book on the table. I glanced at it. You actually read here? She shrugged. It's quieter than most places. That's true. A few seconds passed, then she looked at me. Right? I frowned slightly. Yeah, I've seen the video. Of course. I nodded. Most people have. She didn't react the way others did. No pity. No awkward smile. Just calm. That must have been a lot, she said. She studied me for a moment. You don't look like it. Like what? Like someone who's broken. I let out a small breath. That's because it already happened. She tilted her head slightly. Before the video. During it, I said. She nodded slowly. Makes sense. I looked at her. You're not going to say sorry? No, why not? Because you don't need it. That caught me off guard. Most people think I do, I said. Most people saw a moment, she replied. I'm more interested in what came after. And what do you see? I asked. She didn't hesitate. You didn't look weak in that video. You looked done. I stayed quiet. That line, it hit differently. Done, I repeated. With trying to hold something that was already gone, she said. I leaned back slightly. That's one way to see it. It's the accurate way, she replied. I studied her now. You always this direct, only when it matters. And this matters? She closed her book. You tell me. I thought about it, about everything, the apology, the laughter, the silence after. Yeah, I said. It does, she nodded. Good, I extended my hand. Ethan, she shook it. Sophia, nice to meet you. You too. A short pause. You come here often, I asked. Sometimes, she said. You, starting today. She gave a small smile. That's how routines begin. I'm trying to build better ones. Then you're on the right track. I looked at my coffee. Feels strange. What does? Not reacting, I said, not chasing, not fixing. She leaned back slightly. That's not strange. That's control. It doesn't feel like control. What does it feel like? I thought for a second. Quiet. She nodded. That's where it starts. We sat in silence for a moment, but it wasn't uncomfortable. It was steady. You're not going to ask about her? I said. No. Why not? Because you're not talking about her, she replied. I almost smiled. That's new, I said. Keep it that way. I nodded. For the first time in a long time, Abby didn't feel like explaining myself. I didn't feel like proving anything. I just felt present, not fixed, not perfect, but different. And as I sat there, across from someone who didn't see me as broken, Abby realized something simple. I didn't stop being that guy all at once. I just stopped choosing him. One moment at a time, Ryan dropped into the chair across from me and slid his phone over. Don't react, he said. Just look. I don't need to, I replied. Look anyway. I glanced down, a blurry clip. Jason at a party, his arm around someone who wasn't Lily. I pushed the phone back. Not my business. Ryan raised an eyebrow. A month ago you had zoomed in. A month ago I was different. He leaned back. Rumors are everywhere. Rumors usually are. People are saying he's been like this for a while. I shrugged. People say a lot. Ethan, he said more serious, this is the same pattern. I know. You don't sound surprised. I'm not. He studied me. You really don't care. I took a sip of coffee. I care about patterns, not people who repeat them. Ryan smirked. That sounded like Sophia. Maybe she's right most of the time. Maybe, he said. Or maybe you're finally listening. My phone buzzed on the table. Ryan glanced at the screen. Speak of the past. Lily's name, I didn't touch it. You're not even curious, he asked. I know what it is. What is it? An opening, I said, not an apology. Ryan nodded slowly. You're learning. I flipped my phone over. I'm practicing. He smiled. Karma doesn't rush, but it shows up. I'm not waiting for it, I replied. You don't have to. It's already working. Later that day, Emma caught up to me near the hallway. Ethan, she said, a little breathless. Can we talk? Sure, I said. She glanced around. Not here. We stepped outside. She crossed her arms, then uncrossed them. I should have said something earlier. You didn't, I replied. I know. Why now? She hesitated. Because it's getting worse. For who? I asked. She looked at me. For her. I didn't respond. Jason's not stable, she said carefully. Meaning? He talks to multiple girls. He lies. He makes things look perfect online. That tracks, I said. She frowned. You're taking this too calmly. I'm taking it correctly. She exhaled. She asked about you. I'm not available. She didn't say it like that, Emma said. She sounded unsure. Good, I replied. Emma studied me. You don't hate her? Hate is effort, I said. I'm investing elsewhere. Like where? Work. Gym, peace. She gave a small nod. You've changed. I stopped negotiating with things that cost me myself. That's fair. A short silence. I'm sorry, she said. For what? For not warning you. You don't owe me that, I replied. I still should. Maybe, I said. But I'm not stuck there anymore. She looked relieved. That's good. It is. As she left, my phone buzzed again. Lily, I let it ring out. At the gym, Ryan spotted me. Still no reply, he asked between reps. Still no reply. She called me, he added. I paused. Why? To ask if you're okay. And what did you say? That you're busy, he said. Building a life that doesn't include chaos. Accurate, he set the weights down. She didn't like, not my problem. He nodded. There's more. There usually is. Jason posted something, Ryan said, grabbing his phone. Then deleted it. I don't need to see it. You don't, he agreed. But it's messy. Messy tends to reveal truth. Exactly. I picked up the weights. Then let it. That evening I sat in the same cafe. Sophia closed her book and looked at me. You look steady. I am. Something happened? Things are happening, I said. Just not to me, she nodded. That's the shift. My phone keeps buzzing, I added. Do you answer? No. Good. Is that avoidance? I asked. It's selection, she replied. You're choosing what gets your energy. I leaned back. Feels like control. It is. I looked at my phone again. Another message from Lily. I didn't open it. Sophia watched me for a second. Any urge to reply? No, that's new. Yeah, she smiled slightly. Keep it. I will. Outside, people moved like nothing had changed. Inside, something had not loud, not dramatic, just clear. Rajan texted me a minute later. It's getting louder, their side. I typed back. It's getting quieter on mine, he replied. That's how you win. I put my phone down and looked at Sophia. What? She asked. Nothing, I said. Just realizing something. What is it? I don't need to be hurt anymore, I said. I just need to be right with myself. She nodded once. That's calm control. and for the first time, it didn't feel like I lost anything. It felt like I finally stopped giving it away. There was a knock on my door. I wasn't expecting anyone. Ryan usually texted first. Sophia never showed up unannounced. I opened it anyway. Lily stood there for a second. Neither of us spoke. She looked different. No confidence. No edge. Just, "Hey," she said softly. "Hey," I replied. "Can I come in?" I hesitated, then stepped aside. Yeah, she walked in slowly, like she didn't belong there anymore. "Nice place," she said. "Thanks." Silence. She turned to face me. "You look different, so do you." She gave a small, tired smile. "Yeah," I leaned against the wall. "Why are you here?" She looked down at her hands. "I didn't know where else to go." "That's not an answer." She nodded. "Okay. I came because I needed to talk to you." "About what?" She took a breath. "About everything." I waited. She struggled for a second, then said it. "I made a mistake. I didn't react." She looked up at me, searching my face. "Ethan, I messed up." "With him?" I asked. She nodded. "Jason, he's not who I thought he was. I could have told you that." "I know," she said quickly. "I just did listen." "What changed?" "He cheated," she said, her voice breaking slightly. I stayed silent. "Multiple times," she added. "I found messages, pictures, the things I didn't even want to see. I crossed my arms, and now you're here." "Yes. Why?" "Because I realized what I lost." I didn't respond. She stepped closer. "You never treated me like that." "No," I said. "I didn't. I took that for granted." "You did." She nodded, tears forming in her eyes. "I know." I watched her carefully. A month ago, this would destroyed me. Now, it just felt distant. "I thought I wanted something exciting," she continued. "Something different. And I was wrong." I let out a slow breath. "That happens." She looked confused. "That's all you're going to say?" "What do you want me to say?" "I don't know," she admitted. "Something." I shook my head slightly. "I don't have anything else." Tears rolled down her cheeks now. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "For what?" I asked. "For everything," she said. "For how I treated you. For that day at the cafe." I looked at her that day. "I remember," I said. "I didn't think it would hurt you that much," she added. I almost laughed. "You didn't think?" I repeated. "I thought you'd understand." "Understand what?" I asked. "Being humiliated?" She flinched. "I didn't mean it like that, but that's what it was." She wiped her tears. "I know that now." I stayed quiet. She stepped closer again. "Why aren't you reacting?" I looked at her, really looked this time, the same person who once made me feel small, now standing in front of me, broken. And I felt nothing like before, no anger, no urge to fix things, just clarity, because I already felt the worst. I said. She frowned. "What?" I held her gaze. "When you made me apologize." The room went silent. Her expression changed instantly. "That," she whispered, "that still affects you." "It changed me," I replied. "I didn't know." "You didn't try to know." She looked down again. "I'm trying now." "It's late," I said. "I know," she admitted. "But not too late, right?" I didn't answer immediately. She looked up desperate now. "Ethan, please, just say something." I took a breath. "You want honesty?" "Yes, I don't feel the same." Her face fell. "I thought I would," I continued. "I thought if you ever came back, I'd react. I'd feel something strong." "You don't?" she asked quietly. "I feel calm," I said. "That's it, that's it." Tears streamed down her face again. "I lost you," she whispered. I didn't correct her because she wasn't wrong. "I wish I could fix it," she said. "You can't," I replied. She nodded slowly. "I deserve that," she said. I didn't argue. Another long silence filled the room. Then she turned toward the door. "I'm sorry." "Ethan," she said one last time. I watched her. "I know," I replied. She paused for a second, then left. The door closed softly, and just like that, past walked out of my life again, but this time Abby didn't feel the need to follow it. Ryan slid into the seat across from me, phone already in his hand. "Don't react," he said. "I'm not planning to." "That's new," he replied. I looked up. "What is it?" He turned the screen toward me. Same video, my video. I didn't move. "You're really not going to watch it?" he asked. "I already did." I said. "This is different." "How?" He leaned forward. "Comments." I frowned slightly. "I don't care about comments. Just..." I hesitated, then took the phone. The video was everywhere again. But something had changed. I scrolled. He stayed calm under pressure. She looked way too comfortable humiliating him. Why did she make him apologize like that? Bro handled it better than I would have. I stopped. Ryan watched me closely. "See it now?" I handed the phone back. "Yeah, what do you feel?" he asked. "Nothing new." He raised an eyebrow. "That's a lie." I leaned back. "Okay. Less noise." He nodded. "That's the shift." I didn't reply. Later that day, I got another message from Emma. "You saw it?" I typed back. "Yeah, people are turning on her," she replied. I didn't respond. Ryan glanced at my screen. "Still nothing? She's not my responsibility anymore." "That's not what I meant," he said. I know, he studied me. You're not curious how she's reacting? No, that fast? It's not fast, I said. It's finished, he smirked. Sound dangerous. I sound done. At work, Daniel leaned over my desk. Hey, he said quietly. Yeah, you saw the comments? I saw them. He hesitated. People are saying different things now. People always do. He nodded slowly. You okay with that? I don't need to be okay with it, I said. It's not mine anymore. That night I sat at the cafe with Sophia. She looked up from her book. You seem lighter, I am. Because of the video. Because I'm not in it anymore, I said. She nodded like she understood. That's the difference most people miss. What difference? Being inside the story versus watching it pass, she said. I looked at her. It's strange seeing it change without me doing anything. It's not strange, she replied. It's natural. Feels like karma, I said. She tilted her head. Do you believe in karma? I didn't, I said. Not like this. And now? Now I see patterns. She closed her book slightly. What kind? When you stop defending yourself, I said. People start seeing clearly. She smiled faintly. Or they always saw it and just needed time. I thought about that. Meanwhile, my phone buzzed again. Lily. I didn't open it, Sophia noticed. Still her? Always trying. And you? Not responding. She nodded once. Good. I leaned back in my chair. She saw the video again. How do you know? Ryan told me. And she cried, I said. Sophia didn't react immediately. Different this time, apparently. Do you feel anything about that? I thought for a moment. No. She studied me carefully. Not even satisfaction? I shook my head. That would still mean I care. She nodded slowly. That's the cleanest state. Clean? Emotionally, she said. No attachment, no reaction. Just distance. I looked at the phone again. Another notification. I turned it face down. Ryan texted. She tried calling me again. I replied. Don't answer. He sent back. You're really out of it. I typed. I'm in it. Just not there. Sophia watched me. You're not angry anymore. No. You're not waiting either. No. What are you then? She asked. I looked out the window for a second. I'm just here, I said. She nodded once. That's where control starts to feel like silence. I didn't reply. Outside, life kept moving like nothing had changed. But inside story that once pulled me in every direction had finally stopped pulling at all. And for the first time, Abby didn't need anyone else to understand it. Ethan, please just listen. I looked at Lily standing across from me outside the campus gate. Her voice was softer now. No attitude, no control, just something broken underneath it. I am listening, I said. She stepped closer. I know I messed up. I know I hurt you. But I can fix this. I shook my head slowly. No, you can't. You don't even want to try, she asked. I already did try, I replied. For 3 years. Her eyes tightened. That's not fair. What part? I asked. All of it, she said quickly. You're acting like I didn't mean anything. I stayed quiet for a second, then said, you did. That's the problem. She frowned. Then why are you doing this? Because I finally understand something, I said. Understand what? That loving you wasn't the issue, I said. Losing myself was. She looked down, then back up. I never asked you to lose yourself. You didn't have to, I replied. Silence stretched between us. Then she whispered. I nodded once. I know. That's it, she asked. That's all you're going to say? What do you want me to say, I asked. That I miss you too. Yes, she said quickly. I shook my head. I don't. That hit her hard. Her voice dropped. You're lying. I'm not, I said. Her hands trembled slightly. We had something real. We had something, I corrected. But it wasn't equal. She stepped forward again. I made mistakes. People make mistakes. That doesn't erase everything. It doesn't, I agreed. So give me another chance, she said. I looked at her for a long moment, and for the first time I didn't feel pulled in. I felt clear. No, I said. Her face tightened. Just like that? Yeah, I replied. Just like that. She shook her head. You changed. I had to. You're not the same Ethan I knew. I know, I said. And you don't care? I care more now, I replied. She frowned. That doesn't make sense. It does, I said. I care about myself now. Her eyes filled again. So I'm just nothing to you. No, I said softly. You're someone I learned from. That's it. That's enough, I replied. She looked down, breathing unevenly. I didn't think it would end like this. I didn't either, I said. A long silence followed. Then she whispered, Do you hate me? I shook my head immediately. No. Then why does it feel like I lost you completely? Because you did, I said. She closed her eyes for a second. When she opened them, her voice cracked. I loved you too, she said. I nodded. I know. And you don't feel anything? I feel calm, I said. That's worse, she whispered. I didn't argue. Because she was right in a way, it wasn't anger anymore. It wasn't pain. It was distance. She stepped back slowly. So this is it. This is it, I said. Her voice broke. I'm sorry. I know, I repeated. She stared at me for a moment longer, then turned away. I watched her walk off. No stopping her, no chasing, no hesitation. Just an ending that finally felt real. Behind me, I heard footsteps. Hey, Sophia's voice said. I turned slightly. You were here? Nearby, she said. Did you hear all of that? I asked. Most of it, she replied honestly. I nodded. Makes sense. She looked at me carefully. You okay? I thought about it. Then I said, yeah. She smiled faintly. Different kind of yeah. Yeah, I repeated. We started walking without direction. After a few steps, she said, you handled that differently than I expected. How? I asked. Calm, she said. No reaction. No collapse, no ego. I nodded. I didn't feel the need. That's rare, she said. Not anymore, I replied. She glanced at me. So what now? I looked ahead. I don't go back, I said. To her, she asked. To who I was, I corrected. She stayed quiet for a moment, then she said, that's not easy. I know, I said. But it's done. We walked in silence for a bit, then I added, I used to think love was about holding on. And now? She asked. Now I think it's about not losing yourself while doing it. She nodded slowly. That's growth. Feels more like recovery, I said. She smiled. Same thing, different name. I looked at her. You always see things like that. Only when people finally stop lying to themselves, she replied. I let out a small breath. Good thing I stopped then. She didn't answer immediately. Then she said, You're not alone in this, you know. I know, I replied. And I'm not replacing anything, she added. I know that too, she nodded. Good. We kept walking, no rush, no pressure, no past pulling at me anymore. Just the present, and for the first time, it didn't feel empty, it felt mine. Later that night, I stood alone outside my apartment. Ryan texted. You good? I looked at it for a moment, then replied, Yeah, I'm good. He sent back, You sure? I typed, I chose myself. I didn't wait for a reply. I just locked my phone and looked at the night sky, and I finally said it to myself, quietly. She made me apologize in public, but that was the last time I ever abandoned myself.